My journal from last Tuesday says it all. I woke up and I felt very sluggish. My business is stalling. I spent 2 years in this loop. I thought I was lazy, but here is the truth. But here is the maths. I'm the same guy who went from being suspended in university to finishing an honors engineering degree on the dean's list. I went from being unfit to deadlifting 195 kilos. I have the discipline. You probably do too. But discipline fails when your brain is in freeze mode. Research from Goodwin University shows your brain treats your to-do list like a predator. It shuts down your logic to protect you. You don't need more hustle. You need a system reset. Step 1. The unpacked suitcase. Think of your mind like a suitcase. Every "I should do that" or "I forgot that email" is a piece of clothing thrown on top. You keep shoving things in without folding them. Eventually, that suitcase won't close. You can't find your keys. You can't even see the bottom. When your mental suitcase is this messy, you can't focus. You're moving slow because you're carrying too much loose weight. The study from Microsoft Research found that it takes 23 minutes to get back into focus after a distraction. Every loose thought in your mind is a constant invisible distraction. You never actually get started. Tonight's task is to take a physical paper and a pen and write down every single loose item in your head right now. Get it out of the suitcase and onto the paper. So make video, thank my subscribers. Let's get this done. Step 2. The kitchen circuit reset. Think about your kitchen. If you turn on the toaster, the microwave, and the kettle at once, the power cuts out. The breaker flips. Overwhelm is just your internal circuit breaker. You aren't broken. You just triggered a safety shut off because you tried to run too many things at once. Most people try to fix this by trying harder. That's like trying to fix a blown fuse by plugging in another appliance. You need to go to the box and reset the switch. Research from the heart-centered being shows that a 5-minute micro win lowers cortisol levels. It signals to your nervous system that the power surge is over. Tonight's task is to set a timer for 5 minutes and do the dumbest task on your list. Fold 3 shirts, clean 1 drawer, reset the switch. So don't make excuses. Just fold that shirt and let's keep going. Alright, step 3, the 70-30 gap. I spent 2 years staring at a blank YouTube channel. Why? Because I didn't have the perfect script. I was waiting for 100% certainty before I started building. Everything needed to be perfect. The examples needed to be perfect. The hook needed to be perfect. Think of it like building a bridge. You're waiting to have every single bolt and brick before you move the first pile of dirt, so the bridge never gets built. Or waiting to take your road trip and making sure that all the traffic lights are green. Never going to happen. Jeff Bezos uses the 70% rule. If you wait for 90% certainty, you're too slow. At 70%, you have enough information to start building and enough room to fix mistakes as you go. So tonight's task is pick one decision you've been putting off. If you are 70% sure, make the call before you go to sleep. Step 4, the buffer zone. I work a 7 to 3 job. I'm with my family. I have responsibilities. I used to feel guilty spending time with them because I felt like I should be working on my business. I should be working on my channel. I even wrote it in my journal. When I'm with my family, I'm thinking I should be working. And when I'm working, I feel guilty that I'm not with my family. This is a system leak. You're losing energy because your life has no buffer zones. Think of a car. If you drive bumper to bumper with no space between you and the next car, you're going to crash. You need a buffer zone in your day. If you think a task takes 1 hour, give it 2. Don't tailgate your tasks. Give yourself space to breathe. Protect your rest so your work has room to move. Tonight's task is to look at your calendar for tomorrow and block out 1 hour where you're required to do nothing. No phone, no work, just the buffer to reset. Step 5, the eggs in the cart. We get overwhelmed because we look at the mountain. We need to look at the pebble. Think about a grocery list. You don't think about buying food for a week. You think about putting eggs in the cart. That's the dumbest possible step. DPS. Zeigarnik effect proves our brain are haunted by unfinished tasks. But once you put the eggs in the cart, the task is marked as started. The heavy feeling in your chest disappears. So tonight's task is to pick your biggest project. What is the eggs in the cart version? If it's a video, the DPS is open a Word document. Do it right now. Do it the smallest thing today. Let's recap the system. The RAM dump. Empty your suitcase onto paper. The circuit breaker. Reset your biology in 5 minutes. The 70-30 rule. Build the bridge at 70%. 70%. The buffer zone. Stop tailgating your tasks. The DPS. Just put the eggs in the cart. The smallest thing. Right now. Looking back at my journal, I realized I wasn't waiting for more time. I was waiting for a version of me that didn't feel overwhelmed. That version doesn't exist. Success isn't about being a superhero. It's about being the person who knows how to reset the fuse when the power goes out. You aren't a failure. You just had too many clothes in the suitcase. If you want the simple templates I used to manage my 7 to 3 life while building this brand, grab the starter kit in the description. It's free. It's the next logical step. Stop thinking. Start your 5-minute timer right now.